The Warriors have just lost back-to-back games and now dropped to 5-5 on the season. And ever since starting 4-1, they've gone 1-4 in the last 5 games. So in this video, I'm gonna be giving my opinion on why the Warriors have kind of cooled off the last 5 games. So let's talk about the obvious people to blame. That is the players itself, right? So let's get into each player individually. The number one player on most Warriors fans' minds is either going to be Podz or Kuminga. So let's check out some of their plays from the Denver Nuggets game today. And some of the plays which I just didn't agree with. Okay, so let's start with this play here. So you got Kuminga going downhill. He has Jamal Murray on him. And you can see that he shakes the defender. And then he goes for a shot. Like, this is pretty much the same thing he did in that Sacramento game, towards the end of the Sacramento game, where he shed his defender, DeMar, and then he took a fadeaway. Like, you're right there at the rim. Why are you going for a shot there? Why? Like, I feel like he was trying to go off glass. But, like, look at this. You shed your defender. You still have... like, you can still take off. He still had his right foot to move, right? His left foot is to pivot. He has no, like, this defender is not going to catch up in time. He can even take off and dunk from here. He's Kuminga. He's hell athletic. Instead, he goes for essentially a bank shot? Like, you could have just gone with the finger roll here. Like, Aaron Gordon is not going to be able to touch you. Nikola Jokic is just caught ball watching. Why? And I feel like this has become a problem with... I guess this has always been a problem with Kuminga, where his decision-making is very questionable. He has very, very bad decision-making abilities. And later on in the game, too... Let me go. I think it was in the third. Alright, so this is the play. So, Kuminga gets the ball. He's running downhill. He has a wide-open layup. He can't finish it. But look, why... Like, I get the fact that he's trying to be better at, his passing and stuff like that. But, bro, you're right at the rim. Jimmy Butler is blocking out Aaron Gordon. Cam Johnson can't recover. You're passing to Moody, who is being guarded by Jamal Murray. Like, he's right there. He's not going to be able to get the shot off. You're right at the rim. Why pass this? And he does end up making this shot, but it's a decision-making, man. Like, why would you make it that much tougher on you to hit a fadeaway? And that is my main problem with Kuminga. A lot of the times, I do know that, he can kind of go ISO and kind of, take a dumb mid-range fadeaway or something like that. But the biggest problem I have with him is his decision-making down the stretch. And not even down the stretch. I mean, at the rim. Like, it's just... He has to be better at thinking on his feet, bro. He's got to be able to react faster. I don't know what he's got to do for that. But, yeah. The next player we're going to talk about is Mr. Podz. Now, I don't know if I saw any plays from him that were particularly bad. But that's the issue, bro. Alright, so this is one thing I wanted to talk about. Steve Kerr, why does Podz get to have an unlimited green light? Literally, Podz can pull whatever shot he wants, bro. He can do all the moves he can have the ball for 20 seconds in the shot clock. And he's not penalized for it. He's been putting up triple single after triple single this season. I don't think has he had a game where he... Oh, yeah. Did he? Did he have a game over double digits, bro? I'm pretty sure he did. So, look at this play. Now, this did go in. But I just want to highlight it. Like, look at this. Passes it to post. Gets it back. And then... This play is supposed to be a pass to Draymond to cutting to the rim. You see, I think somebody's in the corner. I think Butler or Moody's in the corner. And if Draymond cuts to the basket here, Tim Hardaway Jr. is going to come to help and he can just, drop it off. But instead, Podz decides to take a three from, 32, 33 feet out? And, yeah, he makes it, but, bro, you don't have the green light to shoot that, bro. And that's one of my main problems with Podz, man. He's just way too overconfident and cocky. Like, what have you done to earn that type of overconfidence? Is it the fact that Steve Kerr is backing you no matter what? Like, I really don't get it. Where does all that confidence come from? You're talking about, I want to have the keys to the franchise after Steph retires. You're just not that good. Like, if it were up to me, I'd be giving your minutes to Will Richard, who's one of the few positives of the Warriors season so far. Instead, you're in the starting lineup for what? I mean, you take a lot of charges, yes. But for the most part, you're a defensive liability, man. Like, I don't get why Steve Kerr has backed him up so much. You know, you see all the press conferences even before the season talking about how Podz was really good in practice, or like the fact that he's got to take more threes. They want him to be more aggressive. Like, why? The next player I want to talk about is Moses Moody. This is my issue with Moses Moody currently. So look at this play, 52-68. You got Moody. He's looking to pull a three. Draymond gets the ball back. And look at this. He's setting a screen for Moody. They're trying to get Moody a three-point shot. And he ends up taking a contested shot, which ends up getting blocked. Right? My issue is this with Moody. Why are you restricting yourself to being a 3-and-D player? Like, I watched you your rookie year. You dropped 30 against Dallas. I'm pretty sure you did. I'm pretty sure he dropped 30 or something around that against Dallas. That was not as a catch-and-shoot 3-and-D player. You were doing a lot of good things, slashing, cutting to the rim, taking it strong. Like, even later on in this game, I'm going to try to find the play. Take a look at this play over here. So Moses Moody gets the ball. He decides not to settle for the three, takes it in strong and puts it over. Where is that? We need more of that, Moses. Like, I feel like he has restricted himself to being a three. And I understand, Steve Kerr is very particular about, you got to play this role, you got to play this role. But I don't think he is forcing you to be exclusively a three-point shooter. That guy, he's a good three-point shooter, right? He's a good... But some of the shots, he just be catching the ball and pulling up, like, with a hand in his face. Like, you don't need to do that. Fake the shot, drive to the rim, make some plays, slash to the basket, be a cutter. You don't have to go and stand in the corner or stand at the three-point line waiting for the pass to be made. Like, he's a player who I'd imagine, have a lot of putback dunks, like, posters, because he's hella athletic, but I feel like he's forgotten it, bro. Moses Moody, you have so much more potential than just being a 3-and-D player. Please, show it. Another player who has been underperforming for this season has been Al Horford, but, we're going to give him a break. He's 40 years old, bro. And I feel like his three-point shot will fall eventually. You can't really blame a player for their shots not falling. But the reason why I talk about these three players in particular is because they are the young core. All right, they're the young core. And going into the season, I always knew it was going to be a rough season in terms of the regular season because, everybody's old. They're not going to play every game. They're going to miss a couple of games, load management, injuries, stuff like that. And it's up to the young core to carry them through those games, maybe get to a 50-plus win season. It's up to those three guys, Kuminga, Podz, and Moody. And instead, they have not really showed up so far big time this season. Like, Kuminga, he's had his moments. Moody even has had his moments. Like, last game against Sacramento was good. He had another game, I think, where he made like 5 threes. Against the Suns. He was good against the Suns, too. But Podz this season, I feel like he's had 120 piece. I think he's had a 20 piece. I don't really know. But yeah. They've got to be better. Alright, quick side note. How is this man on an NBA roster? Look at this. Alright? Sorry for rewinding. But look, there's 8.7 seconds left on the clock. And he only picks up the ball at half court. Alright? You have time to set up a play. Instead, he panics and dribbles into a loaded, paint. You've got Peyton Watson on you, who's a really great defender and shot blocker. You've had 6.8 seconds. You can go ahead, pass it to Butler. He's wide open under there. Instead, you decide to take a floater with 6 seconds left. Like, bro, Who does this guy think he is, bro? You are trash. You didn't even play college you didn't even play basketball in college. You played lacrosse. How the how does this man have an NBA roster spot, and how is this man on my team, bro? If you didn't guess what happened, he gets blocked by Peyton Watson. And the worst part is, look at this. Look at how Denver uses the 5.3 seconds left. Denver ends up getting a fast break. See how much time he had to make the play, and he gets fouled. 2 free throws, easy. Like, even look at Peyton Watson. He's like, yo, did that dude really just try and challenge me, bro? Like, fam, how is this dude on an NBA roster, bro? Please, Warriors, waive him. I'm begging you. I do not want to see Pat Spencer minutes anymore, bruh. Real Warriors fans know, but I would rather see Brad Wanamaker play over Pat Spencer, bro. At least he's a basketball player, bro. At least he's a basketball player. This dude is a lacrosse player. Ask him to go run track and field. I don't know. Do whatever. Don't come on a basketball court, bro. Like, fam. What does he do? He can't play defense. He's trash on offense. I guess he can set up a play, maybe. He's not fast. He's not athletic. It blows my mind, bro. It absolutely blows my mind. Another player I want to talk about is Jimmy Butler, and I know this might be harsh because, the Warriors have been vastly, more improved since he got here, but a lot of the times, especially when Steph isn't playing, it just feels like he's invisible on the court. I feel like a lot of Miami Heat fans will be able to tell us, and I always knew this going in with Jimmy. I knew he would not really care about the regular season, but a lot of the times, it really feels like he's just not out there, bro. It feels like they're playing 4-on-5. I'm not gonna lie to you. The defense doesn't really respect his 3-point shot, so he's basically stuck in the paint or somewhere inside the 3-point line. He is a good playmaker, but he does not ever ask for the ball. Ever. He never asks for the ball. And even if he gets the ball, he just immediately gives it away, especially when Steph isn't playing. And he just isn't aggressive, man. Like, I don't know. I guess maybe he was questionable for today, so maybe he had like back soreness or something like that, which is why he didn't. But I've noticed this a lot of times with Butler, man. He just looks like he doesn't want to play. He just looks like he's just clocking his 9 to 5, whatever. Like, Butler, you gotta show some intensity, bro. Show some heart. I know the first game he was really good against the Lakers. And then after that, I've really not seen a whole bunch of Jimmy, bro. We need more Jimmy, man. Butler, bro, take more shots. It doesn't matter if you miss. I'd rather you take shots than Pat Spencer chucking it at the rim. Or friggin' Podz pulling up from 40. Like, Butler, it's okay if you get to your mid-range spot and take a shot. Don't be afraid of your efficiency going down. It's cool. Like, you live off the mid-range. Take more mid-range shots, bro. Especially when the offense is stagnant. A lot of the times the offense is completely stagnant on the floor. That's the time when Butler... I'm not going to lie to you. I have not seen a Jimmy Butler ISO yet in a Warriors uniform. Maybe it happened sometime in the last season, but I can guarantee you this season it did not happen. I have not seen a single ISO by Jimmy Butler, bro. And he play like an all-star, bro. That's all I'm gonna say. Next thing that is one of the worst things about the Warriors season is their defense. Their defense has been god-awful. It feels like anybody can get a basket. Like, you saw the game against Denver, Aaron Gordon had 50. You saw the game against the Bucks, Ryan Rollins had 32. You saw the game against the Pacers, some random had 25 and 10 assists. Like, what is up with that? Alright, so the Warriors, you can see all the way at 16, they are 16th in defensive rating and in offensive rating. That is horrible, bro. Warriors have a 0 net rating. How is that even possible, bro? You have the same offense and defensive rating? What? And finally, it's time to blame something that is not controlled by the players or the Warriors staff, which is the scheduling, bro. So you got a game against the Indiana Pacers, and then look at this. OKC, and then a back-to-back of the Spurs. The Warriors have the most back-to-backs in the league, by the way, up to this point. So you got OKC and then the Spurs, and then a day off, and then the Spurs again. All of these are road games, by the way. And then you got the Pelicans, that's the only easy one. And then you got the Orlando Magic. And then, is it a back-to-back? Yep, it's a back-to-back. It's a back-to-back against the Miami Heat. And then another day off, and then you have a game against Portland, bro. Like, bro, what is with the scheduling, bro? So many back-to-back, so many. Like, look at where they're traveling, bro. They're going from OKC to San Antonio. Then they're going to New Orleans. Then they're going to Orlando and Miami. And then, okay, Portland is a home game. Like, what is up with that, bro? What is up with that, bro? That is going to be it for this video. The Warriors, man, I'm not too worried. I'm not going to lie. I knew it was going to be a rough season. Regular season, at least. I know ESPN had the Warriors ranked, I think, number 1 in their simulation. And I think they had them winning 63 games. Bro, that's a reach. Like, if the Warriors win 50-plus games, I'll be happy. So, if I'm a Warriors fan, I'm not stressing too much. The only thing that I'm really concerned about is I want either Moody or Will Richard replacing Podz in the starting lineup, purely for defensive versatility. Like, both Moses Moody and Will Richard have, very long wingspans. And, they can actually shoot the ball at an efficient rate. I know Moses Moody has his struggles from time to time, but Moses Moody is also a very good point of attack defender. So I feel like Moses Moody should get the start over BP. I don't know why that's not been done yet. Yeah, I'm not panicking too much about the Warriors. It was just kind of what I noticed the first couple of games or first 10 games of the season. If I am a Warriors fan, if I were you and you're also a Warriors fan, I wouldn't be too worried. Steph has also been out for the past 2 games. I feel like if he was in there, we definitely would have won the game against Sacramento, and we definitely would have won this game, I feel like. I mean, no, today's game was a toss-up, but yeah. Last game was definitely a dubs. 0-5 on the road is definitely concerning, though. I'm not going to lie to you. Hopefully this isn't a repeat of 2023, where we were just god-awful on the road. But yeah, that's going to be it. Let me know if you want to see more, breakdown videos like this on other teams as well. I obviously have not been watching a lot of the other teams. I catch them on highlights, but let me know, like, what particular team you'd like me to follow and kind of, analyze for the next, couple of weeks or something like that, so I can give my thoughts on them. But yeah, that's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe to the channel for more, breakdowns, reactions, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time.